Hi, my name is Tabitha Musa. I'm responding to your discussion board post in which you highlighted some areas in which I felt we had a lot in common, both in your post and my post. First of all, I have to touch on the fact of what you found interesting. What you found interesting was slightly different for me because you said it was interesting to you how adult attachment is related to individual differences in regulation, and how those who are anxiously attached seek reassurance in intimate relationships. That was interesting for me because I didn't even look at it that way. It gave me a different perspective. Um, Another part you added was the fact that you found it interesting that the study did not include the perception of other belief systems, and that was one of the limitations you recognized. And you did state that if you had the opportunity to design a study, that you improve the limitation by using a broader population that will include a variety of religion, cultures, and sexual orientations to investigate their perspective. I do agree with you on that point because that for me was what was obvious to me in the whole of that article or the study. It was obvious that it was limited to only American Christians, and I felt like if the true test of the study could or the research could be shown or showcased by using a broader population, and that means to cut across religions, cultures, and sexual orientations. One of the things that I kind of stood out to me in all this, both in the strengths and the limitation, is the way people, the attachment of the image of God determines the is I think the word I should use this frame is how your image of God, how your view of God, or the image of how you view God kind of reflects back on your attachment to God. I had always grown up with that belief that having your personal relationship with God is irrespective of how He is presented. It's a personal relationship. Let me give an example. I have a father. My relationship with my father is close. I'm close to my dad. My dad is also a military man. To his colleagues in the office, he is a different representation. The image they have of him is slightly different. That is why their relationship with him is different. To his juniors at work, or those his subordinates, they are also having a different perspective of him, more or less of a fearful one because he's an officer in the military. For me, irrespective of what he is to everybody else, he's my father. How I view him doesn't change. So that is how I see and that was the way when I gave my life to Christ, that was the way it was articulated to me. That your relationship with God is irrespective of what is going on around you. How you see Him, what you see Him as, is not determined on how close your relationship is with Him, with God. So I don't know. That sounds a bit childlike when you think about it, but I could hear why most of the people were thinking about the different images of God. Seeing God as forgiving or as wrathful determines how they relate to God, and it determines their general well-being. Because if you have a detached relationship or you have a broken relationship with God, then it's going to be difficult for you to see Him as a father who cares. You see more as somebody that is wrathful or somebody that is, somebody that you have to avoid, or somebody that you are anxious in pleasing, if that makes any sense. But anyway, I did enjoy reading your whole post, and it gave me a different perspective of what to think about. And I have questions, so I hope that I'm anyway to deliberate more with you on this once I'm able to read more articles that have been showcased to me by other students too. Thank you. And I look forward to hearing your response to this.